In ancient times, this sacred mountain was sealed by the dwarf deities with 5 powerful...
Let's skip that boring part and let's dig into business. I need your help.
Hey, where am I? This is a bit different from what I visited earlier.
Hey, come here quick.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
How dare you to interrupt my story? I am the mountain.
Well, as I was saying, this is the Misty Mountain and has 2 things about it. One, it's filled with golds and diamonds. And there is some kind of weird magic.
What was the last part?
Instead you can mine any dwarf streams, and all you need is a pickaxe.
Any dwarf streams?
Welcome to the tutorial for Misty Mountain. Join Denden, Steelbraids, and Ojil as we unlock the mountain's mysteries, learn to mine its treasures, and embark on epic quests. Let the adventure begin! For detailed insights and valuable tips, visit thepickaxemaster.io. Alright, so now we're off to play the game, and we go up to Denden here. Hi, I'm Denden, Traveler. You see this exclamation point above me? That's the mark of a quest. Throughout your journey, you'll encounter many like me with these markers. And they're just not for show. By following and completing these quests, you'll uncover the mountain's secrets, earn precious resources, and heighten your skills. And here's a nugget of wisdom for you. Those who chase after these quests will find themselves atop the leaderboards. If you dream of such honor, make quest your priority. Every exclamation point is a step closer to glory. But then yeah, he'll give you this hammer, and what I like to do is you go over and you talk to Ojil here, and he's going to tell you Hi, I'm Ojel. Someday I'll sell you pickaxes in the Misty Mountain, but for now I'll just tell you about them. There's the diamond, the ruby, the gold, the silver, and the iron. And while you're inside the Misty Mountain, you can hunt down sand blocks, dirt blocks, clay blocks, gravel blocks, or stone blocks. As you pick up the picks throughout the mountain, you will accumulate your hit points. But watch out though, running out of health means the tip of your pickaxe will break and you won't get any drops until you find another one. Press L and it will show you all the blocks on the map. So now let's take a really close look at what happens when we pick up a pick. You'll see the health pop up on the bottom, and then it's going to get damaged so that it has just enough health for that pickaxe. Right across from Ojel is Thesis. Now he drops torches for you to use as a guide to not lose your way into the mountain. So as an example, I'll bring this torch over to one of the first miners that you meet inside. And if you speak with him, he'll give you an iron pickaxe. So let's witness our health pool gain another 5 hit points for picking up an iron pickaxe. The reason that there's 1 extra hit point is that's what makes the logic work. Once that last hit point is gone, it no longer works because you broke the tip of your pickaxe. Thesis also gives us an iron pickaxe, so right off the bat we can have 15 hit points to use to go start our mining. It's worth mentioning that if you have pickaxe NFTs that are in your bag, you still have to pick up the picks that you find on the mountain to fill up your pickaxe health pool down in the logic room. Alright, and then we just get started. So I like to get one of each educational material and then head up to Nasali so that way I can do all of his quests in one. Nasali. That name seems familiar. Traveler, you stand at the heart of Misty Mountain. There are 4 runes. The Earth Rune, grounding the steadfast. The Magnetic Rune, drawing treasures near. The Decoy Rune, a master of diversion. And the Secrets Rune, revealing the unseen. But the quest doesn't end with the runes. The mountain holds 5 artifacts. The book, the lantern, the ring, the horn, and the hammer. Restoring these to their rightful places will unlock the powers and paths untold. Seek them out, and you may just master the mountain's mystery.
Hello and welcome in, miners. How you doing today? Hope that you're having a great time. And today it's Wednesday, so it's our Lucky Miner show. Welcome in. I hope that you're having an amazing day. If not, we will try to make it better. Gibish, how are you doing today? Hell yeah. Let us know it's muted. Don't tell us that. Can't hear Gibish. Okay, looks like it's not solved. So what Gibbons was saying is that we thought that we have solved the problems with audio, but it does seem like it's still not solved. We had to bypass, have audio went through Discord, from Discord went to another program, from another program getting to StreamYard, and like, wow, there's no delay, there's no cracking on the audio. Now it's working. We can hear ourselves, there's no echo or whatsoever, and it's working. But it's not. And that's why we got late. This has been something that is blowing our mind. I can hear you because I'm hearing yourself through Discord, but it looks like not everyone. Muted. Bear with us. Technology sometimes can be a hassle. Sometimes it can be really quite some. And we have tried a lot of stuff already. You can bet on that. I can hear you always good. One box. Okay, let me check. Okay, I'm out of Discord right now. And yeah, you're muted. Oh yeah, that is true. That is happening. That's a reality right there. And one box is suggesting that later tonight, if you want, it can go with us to troubleshoot the virtual audio cables, which is something that we're using right now. We took that advice from you, and we're trying it, but it still does not seem to be working.
Trying.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Oh, so now I pressed the testing.
That's
start there is mic test.
It's just a little bit loud, but we can hear you. At least, okay, works. Perfect. Just leave it mic testing.
I can lower it up.
Okay, here we go. Hello. Hi, Givish. How are you doing today?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, nice. All right, I think now we're ready to start. But you just disappeared. No, Givish, well, come back. Where you gone? Come back. I don't hear you as well. While Gibbs is figuring out these last parts, let me greet everyone that has joined us already today and welcome in everyone. We've got the Yokas on you that says raid. So I would guess that have been Shakespeare that raided us. So thank you so much, Shakespeare. One, for playing out the game. Second, for providing so good feedback about it. And third, for raiding us. So welcome in. I hope that you had a lucky session and that you're having also a great day. So let's get this started. We've got Wicked U2 also in here. We've got Asphalt PK, Stealth 112, Go West with the amazing miner mech. MLD Tech, welcome in. We've got PR Darino, that also looks like Padrino. We've got Breezy75, how you doing? Bert Z, which is saying the form is correct, says I've already responded. So today, there's not going to be a form because we do have a lot of things to cover. There's a lot of things we need to talk about, and unfortunately, since we already started a bit late, I don't think there will be enough time to do everything. So today, no form, we're sorry, just a lot of news and updates, and I promise that you will be in the edge of your seats with all the news that we have to give you. You will not notice that there's not a form to give by. We've got Mr. Leila, ciao, so goodbye, and thank you for stopping by. Also, Nazman1, welcome in. 322 confirmed, how you doing? Lassia Trya, hi miners. Geo Joker, welcome into the Miner Club. I just noticed that you got yourself, or you got to be a winner of one contest, which was done when we went to the Sandbox Italia stream. And if I recall, you did win one of that Iron Pickaxe. So congratulations and welcome you to the Miner Club. Play games for fun. How you doing? I hope that you had some good runs. I watched your stream in, I think it was yesterday. And thank you for all that feedback and for playing the game. Hope that you enjoyed it. Otto Hill, how you doing? What a voice. Yes, Fred and Ferd does put a beautiful tutorial, very well explained, and he does have a very soothing voice, I have to say. And Fred and Ferd, here it is. Welcome in. How you doing today? We've got the Yoke here already greeted. Vox Machina Studios. Hey, hey, hey. Also, I've just noticed now that you and Cold Cuts and Cheese did a new game jam. Last time I saw a game jam from you both, that was amazing. If all of you that are watching the stream have not tried it out, you do need to try. Vox Machina Games. He's an incredible creator, incredible game dev, and you should definitely, most definitely try it out because it's always surprising and always on top of the game. Hill, tell me one about the Misty Mountain again. Which one? What one? Who won? We should make one for sure. Muted. Now we went to the muted part. Thank you for letting us know. Hey, one box one more time. Noble RK, how you doing? Zalrak. And we've got Mosquito, Tempest Studios. Hey, how you doing, Cody? Welcome in. Got Ian as well in the house or in the mountain. The Bitfox over YouTube. Welcome in. Blue Tulip. Hey, also I saw a little bit of your streams, and it's really cool that you get back to streaming on the Misty Mountain. Thank you for that. Hey, Andrea. Good morning. Oh, we've got Andrea here. He's going to watch some beans. We've got some cool stuff that Andrea is developing, and that's one of the things we're going to show. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's not going to be right off on the beginning of the stream. It will be right towards the middle, something like that. But we've got some good stuff going on. Okay. Cold Cuts and Cheese is best making our game jam entry, which I look forward to play. And friend first says a Misty Mountain children's story. Let's make one. I totally support that. So, welcome in, everyone. I hope that you're having a great time, that you're ready. And we do have a couple of things to address today, actually, a lot of things. So, Givesh, where should we start? We had that list I sent you over Discord. So, I'm not even sure. There's a couple of topics in here to where to start. So, probably we'll start with the mining season. What do you think? Oh, you're muted again. What have you done? That was working just right now, man. I'll try to lip read the best I can. I don't know if I'm hungry. I'm just like watching beef steak fries. Oh, damn. No audio yet? Oh, maybe the mic stopped testing. That's how it. Oh,
Sorry, that's me.
Yeah, there you go. That was the manual mute there.
Yeah, after the call, and I just pick it. Hey, I'm busy, but yeah. So I'm not looking at all the things that we wanted to speak about. And which one did you suggest to start with?
Oh, the first one, the mining season.
Of course,
it's been 1 week since the alpha mining season is out. 1 week, would have guessed it. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with all the submissions that everyone has been sending over Twitter. There's more competition than I would imagine, I have to be honest, in terms of how many times the game is being played every day, how many high scores are being broken every day, and you can see the bar just getting pushed over and over. Like you would see the record on code being 18, then 20, then someone going 24, then 25, then someone breaking to 26, and it's slowly going up that ladder. So give a shot. You have played this game over and over. Like, what would be the best high score you think anyone would get at, for example, coal, iron, copper?
Well, I do understand that those scores accumulate. Like the more I mine, the bigger the score.
Well, in this case, sort of, it's like your best high score per session. So if
Oh,
you
does
mine in one
understood.
session and you go on the other, they do not accumulate. Just they count the one you got the best.
So I think so. Like for the coal, I best every second. Well, no, maybe every third block drops would be really good. So if we have 100 health, it would be um 33 calls. So did we reach 30 calls in one session?
That's with only 100 HP. I think the maximum that everyone's able to get is around 350-ish, and those are nowhere near the numbers we're getting. But I'm glad that you brought that up because that's something we want to address.
Yep.
And before that, I just wanted to say, so by the end of the first week, there's already been 534 plays. I just checked it right now on the experience page, which if you have not checked it out or played it, let me share with you. 28, the highest. Okay. Over 100 screenshots being submitted within a week. Wow, that's a lot. And Play Games for Fun is asking, need to catch up which form? Is there another deadline except one alpha season? So right now we only have the alpha season. There's no deadline for it. Let me check real fast for you. What is the link you should look up, which is in the Medium article? So Medium article. Here we go. Alpha mining season rules. That's what we're looking for. So posting here on the chat, on here, not only you have all the rules, but also it specifies which steps you have to take to submit your high score, which is about posting on Twitter, which is also about submitting a Google form, which it really helps out the moderator team to gather all the high scores, have it organized, being easier with all of this is a manual process, so it makes a lot of easier if it's organized that way. So you just go into that Google form, they see which new submissions have been put on that list and updated the leaderboards from there. Now, Gabish, you were saying like from 100 hit points, you should have like an average of 33. Okay, so I do want to address a couple of things. So seeing a lot of you playing and being able to get through, like being a spectator of the gameplay, it's really different than us being able, from us being playing over and over, Gibish. I'm not sure if you have watched a couple of streams, just people playing the Misty Mountain, like what's their take on it? How do they do stuff? Where do they go? If they're finding some struggles to find some places, you're able to see the dynamics, let's say. And
Yep.
we had a very stable percentage, the way that we've designed the RNG, that was very stable on 0.7. If you recall, like we're putting all the metrics, all the data from these mining sessions in there, and it was like what we have envisioned mathematically, we were able to get that on the game maker, which is two different things. One thing is like you put on a spreadsheet, I want this percentage for that, I want this for that, and you just go, okay, yeah, this formula looks perfect. And you try to replicate that on the game maker. And then you start to accumulate that data, and you're like, okay, there's something, although mathematically this is how it was designed, we're getting some slightly differences, but it was not the case on 0.7. When we migrated to 0.8, although the logic kept the same, we kept everything the same in terms of the way that we approached the RNG, it did get different. I think that's the RNG kind of up into like a doubled or some sense. It felt like it was doubling from the data we were collecting. So before we went live, to bring down to the same number we had, we put more, or we decreased the RNG, which now we have the data more stable, but it compromised the gameplay and fun. So we're thinking, okay, we got the results for the tokenomics, but we didn't get the result for the gameplay. And it kind of brings us to a crossroads, which that's why we wanted to address this with you during the stream. So Two things are very important. One is gameplay, for the game being fun, and the second is the tokenomics being right. So this is the alpha mining season, and being able to see all the data and all the play sessions that you did, it allows us to get a much more in-depth type of understanding of what's actually happening. The open beta days, they were good, but it was a short period of time to get any conclusions. Now, over the extended gameplay of 1 week, now we are in a spot that it's much easier to get those conclusions. And just watching, I don't know, dozens and dozens of gameplays, it's really getting us to a point like, okay, this is what's actually happening. So, hey, Phil Coins, how you doing? Family in the house, hell yeah. And that's one of the parts we have to talk about this stream, which is, come on, I don't want to mix it. Stay tuned. There's a cool thing we're doing with Vanley, and we're going to talk about it just a little bit later. So hear me out. Let's just first cover this part, which is very important because this is going to be game-changing, literally game-changing on the Game Maker. So those two factors, which is tokenomics and gameplay. On the gameplay, we have figured it out that it's not as rewarding as it used to be. If you guys remember from the open beta days, you were mining and you were getting resources all the time, which is pretty damn incredible because it really gives you the sense of accomplishment and the sense of advancing in the game because you're being rewarded by so. So you're playing, you're mining, you're constantly getting resources. With the update that we did to fix the tokenomics at this stage, what is getting is that you're getting way less rewards. So it kind of gives you some time, especially if you have a not lucky mining session, it's going to give you a time that remembers, let me check, who was it? That made me really sad to hear this comment, which was, let me just scroll down. It was Mr. Furious X. He said that in one session where I did all dirt blocks and only got 1 iron the whole time. Now, when I read that, that is sad. Like, you're doing quests. If you're speedrunning, you're like doing in 15, 20 minutes. If you already know where to go, you already know all the things to do. And then you get another 15 minutes or 20 minutes mining, and you only get 1 iron ore. Like, that is sad. And that is not what you're looking for. We want this to be a fun and stimulating game. So for that reason, we want you to tell us what you think about this change, because this is going to affect directly the leaderboard score, but it is good for the long term of this game. And if there's any changes that have to be done, it has to be during the alpha mining season. It's named that for that reason. It's an alpha. It's supposed to be a time where we're fine-tuning, we're fixing things so that we have the best result in the end, so we can keep this format for the long term. Because alpha mining season is just the first season. We're going to have a lot of seasons. This is a game that's going to stay on the sandbox, and we'll keep this method over and over for a lot of years. So we do want to make it sure that this is in the best possible shape to be played over and over. So our suggestion here is, 1, we're going to double the rewards that come from the Misty Mountain, meaning that you're going to have a much more fun time during the time you're mining. You're getting reward more times, and at the same time we're going to lower the value of the resources by half. So in one time you're getting more, but at the same time they are worth less. That way we can find a balance also with the tokenomics. So this is what we're going to do, meaning that from now you'll be getting a lot of resources, meaning that I saw that there was 2 rubies mined, there was already a blue diamond. I think there was a miner that got 2 white diamonds in one session. Do you believe that, Gibbous? 2 white diamonds.
Oh, one session.
In one session,
wow.
yeah. Someone got
yeah.
Someone got 2 rubies as well.
That's some great dopamine injection.
To say the least. A great dopamine injection. Well, it's something that we have never found during our sessions. Like, we did find like a white diamonds once, twice.
Yep, maybe once. Mid white diamond, maybe once. Yeah, maybe twice.
Once for sure. Once for sure.
OG Shakespeare got 2 rubies.
Hell yeah, that is a nice feat. I know that Shakespeare, and I think who was it? It was not only Shakespeare. There's been another member that has already did two rubies, but it's right. It's very hard. Oh yeah, and look at further third comment. Two white diamonds and a blue diamond from MLD Tech in the same run. Okay, so what will happen with this change is that it will be much more rewarding, meaning that it will be easier to get a blue diamond. It will be easier to get a white diamond. It will be easier to get multiple gemstones or even any resource. But the points will be toned down to half of it because you'll be getting more resources, so you get less points from it. Now, this change will impact directly. Well, we have the alpha mining season, which is 3 months, and we have only 1 week of competition, meaning that this change will, in the if you look at the whole competition, it will affect not that much, as it will only have impact on the people that have inserted the ice course on the first week. So we feel that this is a very important change and it's needed to be a fun game throughout the whole season. So we want to address that with you. If you have any questions or any suggestions or any comments you want to do on that, we decided to brought this to the stream before we do it, so we are all in the same page and we do this in a transparent way, so that you not play tomorrow like, hey, now I'm full of luck, everyone's full of luck, like what's happening? So we wanted to come here live and tell you that we're proposing this change and want to do this change as it will become a more fun game to you, for everyone actually. Now, with this, there's some good news about it. And it's again from being able to see the gameplays of everyone, we've also come down to one thing. So, Gibash, one thing that we've been kind of looking a lot is about optimization, right? Optimization
Yep.
has been like the keyword for every step that we do.
Well, we all have that process. The people who watch us for quite some time should remember how we struggled and yeah, and just search for ways to optimize this.
Yeah, we did. It was a funny experience, I have to say, Gibbs. Like trying to understand what's the impact of assets in the game, the way that they're designed, also the impact they have on the frames per second, the logic,
Yep.
how much does it impact. It was a fun learning experience, I have to say, and it just made us better creators, better designers at the end of the day, knowing that all the stuff that we put in, and depending on how much voxels and faces they have, what's their correlation actually with the impact on the game. So first of all, we discovered that, okay, and I'll do this example with the grass. Remember, Gibash, the map was full of
The moss.
grass everywhere.
The grass.
The moss
Mhm.
was afterwards. Yeah. The first it was
The
like
moss.
just the grass. Yeah. So Gibash
Let me found. Yeah.
did a wonderful thing,
Mhm.
which was a macro. Do you want to tell us a little bit of that process?
Um, yeah, of course. So we started building like creative process, and we did not count, for example, right, this grass right now I'm jumping on it. We use it as an asset, and as you can see, it's right here, it's all over right here, all over the outside of the mountain, maybe even somewhere in the mountain. And we decorated the entrance and surroundings of the mountain with these grass. And when we looked at this asset, it has a lot of faces. So we, as Bruno told, we started to optimize. And we were searching, so okay, if we want to optimize, faces are one of the way that we can optimize this. And we want to know how much faces there is. And for this, we need to know how much of these grass we have put it in our experience. So at the moment, there is no way, at least that I know, to calculate how much for a certain asset you have on your experience. And I discovered this software which allows me to quite easily write a script, a macro, it's called, that is doing just clicks, and it's able to do it like computers. It can compute things. Um, and I created a simple macro where it just goes, I just enter the name of the asset, and we have this hierarchy on the side of our screen. and it just goes from top and just counts everyone, just changes the value of the parameter that I set up, and it just goes to the very bottom. And when it reaches the bottom, it pops a window and says me I counted to this. It was a process to create it. It was a trial and error to make it work exactly. No, to
And do you
be
remember how
no.
much they were before we did this? It was quite some time.
It was quite some time, but I remember that it was thousands.
Mhm.
It was in the thousands. It was definitely like the decorative assets like grass, moss, even some stone were in the thousands of 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 numbers.
Okay,
And
so I just
yeah,
wanted to say that so Givers did that breakthrough of seeing that we had thousands of assets, and if I recall, that grass that you have just right on your left, it had about like 216, 230 face count, something like that. So we just made a simple math, like, okay, if we have,
yep.
let's say, 1,000 of these assets, which we have more. So I'm just going to grab my calculator just to give this example. So we have 1,000 and we have 200 and let's say 20 faces. So that's 220,000 faces. That's a lot. So what we did, we toned down to like at least half of it. So we were able to reduce just from reducing half of those assets, optimize on at least 100,000 face count on the map. Guess what? We had a very big growing frame per second optimization going on. So we did that with pretty much all the assets. And for example, mosses. We also had mosses in the count number of thousands. And what we decided to do on moss is that, okay, if we just put this one with a straight line, we're going to save 2 faces on each of these assets. And since I think the mosses are like even more, like they're like in the house of like 2,000s, 5,000 mosses in the map. There's like a lot of them, like
Uh,
even more than grass.
yep. I'm searching for that file that we calculated everything.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm not finding it very fast. But yeah, we just went into Vox Edit, saw how much faces there was, did the math, and we saw that there was millions of faces for simple assets. And then we calculate every one of them and just saw which one takes the most faces, and we just pile down that one until we see that it looks good, it less faces, it performs better, and we don't lose that much. Yeah, so it was a process. It was really, really interesting, and I really suggest if you like have a big experience with a lot of assets, um, try to calculate how much of faces you have in it.
I don't remember what was the gain, if it was 1 frame per second per each 5,000 or each 10,000 faces that we were getting. But it was
Mm,
somewhere around those values, I remember. So every 5,000 to 10,000 faces that you're able to get rid of the map, you're basically gaining those frames per second optimization. But why did I bring up optimization? I don't want everyone to get lost in here.
yep.
So we had game optimization, we had map optimization. So the mount was huge. It was full of rooms. It had so many galleries, and it was getting everyone pretty much lost. Everyone still gets lost in these. We call it like a simplified version of the mountain. So you can imagine what was the complex one. It was really, really big with a lot of tunnels. And if it was for hide and seek, I guarantee you these would be like rage quit hide and seek type of thing. Yeah, even with this version, it will still be a hard one. Either way. So we closed down a couple of rooms to make the game more fun, more optimized in terms of the pathing. Another thing. So what I want to bring with this is that when it comes to get the gameplay, now that we're seeing everyone to play, we're trying to see, okay, what are the patterns that everyone is making? What is everyone looking forward, and which is the features on this map and on this game that everyone is just going after. So what we're looking here is how to optimize the fun, because this is something every player will do, which is optimize the fun. If you look at the way, and I'm going to give an example of the Alpha Season 3 leaderboards. If you guys remember, once they said that, hey, the way that these leaderboards work is by playing the game as fast as you can, so you would be able to get an high score, which is based on your time. And that's what everyone, it was saying like, okay, this is how the game is meant to be played. You have to play it as fast as possible to get your high score and to rank on the leaderboard. So everyone that was playing for that leaderboard, the way to optimize that fun was to speedrun everything as much as possible, skip reading everything you can, so you would get your best high score on that leaderboard. And that was about optimizing the fun. If you look at players' behavior, what they did, they started to play all the games like that. No time to read any asker, no time to read any instructions. I just want the best possible time on this game to get a good place on the leaderboard. So that's what I call that players will always optimize the fun. So they just went through everything that was created, not looking at visuals, not looking at anything that was written, because what is fun for them is to get a good rank on the leaderboard, is what makes them feel after they finished their gameplay and they got a good score. They feel like, wow, I nailed it. Now I'm top 5,000. Now I'm top 1,000. I feel good. And that's what you're looking for when you're playing, to feel good. So if they're chasing that emotion of feeling good after playing a game, being able to speedrun it and get a good high score was a way to achieve it. So that's what we call players optimizing the fun of the game. And if you think of every game you played, you'll think of these determined quests, action that you have to do. You will always try to make it the most optimized way, so you lose less time and you go straight to the thing you actually want and gives you what you're looking for, which is the thrilling of playing that game. Now, back again to all the streams that we saw and everything that you shared with us, we're able to see that the quests, they're very well designed, they're very cool, they make you explore the map, they get you into the lore of the story. But even if you speed run those, you'll take about from 15 to 20 minutes to get all the possible pickaxes from the game and then actually get to the part that you were waiting for, which is actually mining. So stripping all down, and this is a hard task for game devs, which is looking at your game and trying to be detached in a way that if it needs major changes to be done to optimize the gameplay and the fun, to be open for those changes. And this is where it comes like, oh, wow. So there's all of this beautiful stuff that we designed, all these quests, logic that it was done. But what everyone is looking for is that moment when you get to mining. And when they get to mining, what they're looking for is that moment when they got the resource. This going back to the first topic that we told, that we need to double back again the resource drop, and we need to tone down the point value, because that's the part that is really fun and everyone is looking for, is to get those resources, and everyone is looking to mining. So taking those into consideration, one, we either just like, hey, this is how we designed the game, this is how you should do, like we took so much time to design all of these quests, now you're obliged to do those, like because we took so many time to do them. And tokenomics right now are working great. This is the percentage that we want to have to make the game. We could have that sort of posture, or we could be like, okay, this is what's happening. This is the reality. So let's take this into account. Let's have this as a valid thing that's happening. So let's adapt to it. In that sort of sense, since the quests are just a medium to achieve the goal, let's bring the goal right next to you. So one of another things that we're going to do, and I really think you're going to love this one, is by the time that you start your game, you have just a welcoming message, one that says, hey, here you can do all the quests, and hey, you can do skip. So what's going to happen is that you're going to get right away the maximum HP that you could get from the quests, meaning that you get on the mountain, it gets you 350 hit points on the center of the mountain, and you're just like, I come in, I'm ready to mine. You don't have to do anything else. You're just like, I'm here for mining, and that's what's going to happen. You go there, and you're ready for mining. You don't have to spend those 15 to 20 minutes just to complete the same quest over and over again. If you're a new player and you're trying out the game for the first time, I think it will be fun for you to do all those quests and to learn the lore, to learn about the history, and learn about all that stuff. But when you do it like 5 times, when you do it 10 times, you're like, I kind of already know what's happening. I kind of already know everything. So I'm just like wasting 15 to 20 minutes to speedrun to get to actual point where I want to go, which is mining. So in terms of replayability, that might be actually in the long term a step back in you returning to the game and keep playing over and over and just trying out your luck. So make the changes now, publish right away. No, we had to make this first. We have to have this talk live with you to express the changes we want to do in these, since they're so sensitive, before we actually do. But I think maybe today, maybe tomorrow, this will be pushed. So it will be very soon, don't worry. So the HP will be changed. You'll get it right over. But at the same time, we don't want all of these quests to be like, yeah, now they're there just for nothing. No. So what we decided to do is to give just the bare minimum type of reward in those. So for every quest you are able to complete, you will get an iron pickaxe, which is 5 health points. I think that we have like about 10 quests, like if you count the full quest. So meaning that if you complete all the quests, you're going to get an extra 50 points, if that much, from completing all the quests. This gets us to a place that, okay, if you're a regular player that just wants to go there, do the mining session and get that high score, you'll have the 350 points. If you are like going hardcore mode, you're a hardcore player, you're just like, I want to take all the possible best thing I can get from this map to maximize my chances on being on the first place of the leaderboards, then you're going to be rewarded with an iron pickaxe for all the quests that you're going to do, like it is already in this map. So it kind of embraces these two types of gaming, which is more casual, I just want to go there and mining, and for more hardcore type of players, that's okay, I went there, I mined, but I want that extra. It's going to take me 15 to 20 minutes, but I choose to do that extra. It's not going to give me like major heads up against everyone I'm playing with. It's going to give me a slightly little extra, but it's rewarding you for playing over all those quests again. So these are going to be the 2 game updates, which is being the actually 3 increase of the drop changes of the drop range. It's going to be decreasing the points that they're worth, and third, giving all the hit points right off the bat, so you can just get into the game and start mining right away, which is the most important. We just want you to get here, go directly to the thing you love the most, which is mining, and then everything else just becomes like a side quest or secondary. Okay, so those would be stealth does have, I don't know all the logic, but I would say slowing people down is a good thing. Letting them run the quest to get the HPs. If you skip those delays, I think it will alter the overall end results. In terms of the quest, no, it's the same. Most of the players, they tend to do all the quests first. They get like to 350 hit points, and they just mine everything right away. So it will actually be the same. It will not matter at all. It will not change. OG Shakespeare, 71 HP left on my pickaxe. I'm having trouble finding any more sandblocks. So we did have to remove a lot of sandblocks, right, Givish? That was also an optimization process we had.
So I'm pretty sure you should be able to find. Like, I am 98% sure there's still some left.
Most likely, you have to dig deeper. I think they were like around what, 300, 400 blocks.
Sand blocks?
Yeah.
I think so. There's more. We looked at that sheet. It's on my different kind of drive. So, well, just for funsies, I will look up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that?
It was a bit outdated. It's still on our Discord DMs. My stream audience voted for me to do that this session, to mine sandblocks. That could be a challenge after some time. 350 sandblocks, to say the minimum.
Yeah, I remember we also tried it to mine the sand, but I was saying to Bruno, let's not mine sand on stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that there should be around 400 sandbox.
So it should be enough.
Maybe a bit more, maybe just a tiny bit less.
And one box has a very pertinent question. When the wallet integration will be available, will there be enough blocks to mine if you get a diamond pickaxe? And the answer is yes. On this version, we know that we're following the Game Maker updates. And right now, with how it's being played, I do feel that there's room to put more blocks. Now we're not lagging that much. Actually, the game is running very, very good. But that was not the case in a couple of times before. So the reason, the first version, Gibash, that we had on this map, it had like 2,500 blocks, right? Something like that. It had a lot of blocks. We had to strip it down like 12 of it.
Yeah. So, Bruno, do you remember your first thoughts of having around maybe 10,000 blocks? Or no, maybe
Yep.
it was me and guys that talked about, but it was like 500 of each.
Oh, I think
but
I
then
think the
it had
first version it was 10,000. Yeah.
10,000, yeah. But I remember
Yeah.
also we had like 500 of each block, and like with stone blocks, 500 of those. Like this is a crazy amount of stone blocks.
Mhm.
It's not possible to mine all of those, so we decreased from the high top a little bit, so that those blocks would be rare. But yeah, it was a long journey.
Oh yeah, and back again, if we look at the current Game Maker version, I feel that we can put more blocks now because the game will not lag more out of it. And it's kind of this balance. For now, it does not need. I know that optimization it's a thing, and even for Game Maker, the program software itself, I'm pretty sure that it will get better and better every time, every new update that it comes. So it will be pretty much to a state that we should easily have a lot more blocks on the map. For now, I think this is a good balance from what it's possible to have a steady gameplay. I think I only remember having, I think it was only one member that had problems and had lag, like maybe two players that had lag. So this is a very good indicator because this is a heavy game, by the way. Don't get us wrong. Like this is a very heavy game that's on the Game Maker. It has a lot of decoration. It has a lot of logic. It has a lot of things going on. So having this fluid game balanced as it is right now, I'll call it a victory. And I would not want to change it, at least during this stage. And also to give it some time to be the Game Maker evolution. So probably after the alpha mining season, we get like into maybe 0.9 and that we'll be able to put more blocks and get the game into the next stage. But bottom line, when we have vault integration, there's going to be all the blocks needed to consume, let's say, the maximum pickaxe that you're able to get. You should be able to go only sand blocks if you wish with those 500 hit points. So yeah, do not worry about that. And I see that we have a couple of more comments here. So are the luckier areas to mine, or is it completely random? Obviously, I don't want to know which are, but only yes or not. I don't want to know, but if you want to tell me, okay, they're completely random. If you have superstition, you'll find a lucky area. Do you have a favorite place? Give us.
Yeah. Favorite place.
Mm-hmm. You feel like this is my lucky corner.
Probably I mind too much everywhere to find the lucky place, but I bet that not much people are mining near the decoy rune. So I would say that, as Bruno said, all blocks is random and the game logic is made to be all random. But the fields are the fields. So I feel like the decoy rune, it does not have the decoy, say, room. Yeah, it does not have much blocks, but I would spend some time here. Yeah.
I bet Shakespeare did not mine in this area for sand blocks. And
Maybe.
the Bitfox is saying that, so in my case, just a ruby or diamond pickaxe would be an option to rank on more leaderboards. So probably you're talking about the NFT. So if you're talking, oh, you did, Shakespeare did, okay. So, but the Bitfox, if you're talking about the NFTs, the Pickaxe NFTs grant you access to different tiers of the leaderboard, meaning that if you have a legendary pickaxe, you are ranking in all the 5 different tiers, which are gated and require a pickaxe NFT to play. If you have a gold pickaxe, then you can enter the one that the gold pickaxe gives you access and the others below. So that would be 3 out of 5 tiers. If you have the ruby pickaxe, then you will be eligible to enter 4 out of 5 tiers. And that's how it works. So if you have, for example, the wooden or the iron pickaxe, it will get you the entry to the first out of 5 tiers. And so each tier, it has a corresponding of 480 sand. So it will be pretty much like that. If you have the diamond pickaxe or pickaxe pendant, which they are both legendary assets, you're going to have the full entry to the 2,400 sand. If you only have, for example, let's say the silver, then you have the entry for 2 leaderboards. So 480 plus 480, that would be 960. And just keep multiplying like that. It's always 480 for each tier, and there's 5 tiers for the 5 different rarity types of the pickaxes. Okay, so game updates, mining season, that's some stuff that will be happening. Now we're going to get to some updates. We're going to talk about Valley, but first we're just going to have a really fast sneak peek of something that's being developed, which is about the low-end interface and regarding the new website features. So while Gabes is going to grab that link, also we're going to have the new website plugins, which are going to be the player login, player profile, leaderboards. They are set up to be ready either tomorrow or on Friday. Hell yeah, it's coming really soon. It's almost there. You're going to be able to do the login with your wallet. You're going to receive a message for you to sign in, which is this sort of security method. So it just, the website is more secure. The link between you and the website is more secure, but it's already adapt Web3. So you log in with your wallet in the website, then you create your profile. It's linked to your wallet address. It will be able to read your NFTs. So in case you're participating with the NFT gated leaderboards, the one you connect there, it should be the one that you have, Pickaxe NFT, the Lucky Miner. So it can also read that data and from the website then move all the things around. I'm sorry if I'm lacking some words. I'm not the most expertise in coding programming, but that's the best way I find it to explain it. So from there, our moderators will have also a special permission tab where every entry that has been sent so far will get updated there. So by the time that you enter, you will only be able to see like a short thing of wallet addresses in terms of the rankings. But when you do login and update your nickname, it will override that wallet address to your nickname. So we want to encourage you to, when this is live, for you to get into the website, for you to make a registry, put yourself your Discord name, your nickname that you want to be presented on the website, and we can all start going there because there's a lot of features that will be put into the website starting from now. So this one, expect for tomorrow or Friday, the worst. And Gibash, I feel like you're ready. Ready? Okay, perfect. So what is this? This is something that 3Tech is developing. As you know, 3Tech is being empowering the Pickaxe Master with all the smart contracts, which has coming from the Lucky Miner Mint, which is coming also for the Lucky Miner family system, which is already placed. We have the low-end system. All of this stuff that has been developed in terms of smart contracts, they're deployed, they're running, they are ready. Now, the only thing that is not is an easy interface for all of us to work with, because logging into either scan or Polygon scan and then having to do those transactions, like you connect, you get to the right parts, making those transactions from the smart contract itself, that is not user friendly at all. Like, that's complicated. Even for myself, when we're running tests, that is something just always get over my mind. And I've like, I write the script, like Step 1, go here. Step 2, click on this stuff. Step 3, approve this transaction so I do not get lost. It's easy. So for all of these smart contracts functions to work in a seamless way for the end user, which I am also end user, like an interface, we need to design this, and there's must have some, let's call it Web 2, which is this design as well, which these buttons have an API that connects and interacts with the smart contracts. And being this technology quite new, and there's not many manuals out there, there's not that much documentation, this is pretty much a sort of unexplored territory. It's like you're developing, but there's not many resources around. So it's kind of it's exciting to do this because it feels groundbreaking. There's not many stuff done on these fields, and at the time that we're developing it, we're pushing the ecosystem forward. So right now, what we're seeing here is from the 3Tech website, which they're developing the dApp there, then it will be integrated into our website, which again, that's why having the NFTs in the wallet that you connect to the website is important. It will read the NFTs you have in your wallet. And for example, like this, it will read the lucky miners that you have, and then it will appear on the available NFTs. There you'll be able to put them for rent, which you'll be able to dictate which price in sand you want to put. It can be 0 if you want to rent for free. You'll be able to dictate the time periods for how long you want to rent it. And you can also have the whitelist function. Imagine that I want the specific one to go to that specific member. Otherwise, if you don't specify, they will just become open orders that anyone can fulfill those. So basically, this is the interface for you to work on. And we wanted to give you a quick sneak peek on what's being worked. Also, you can click there on my NFTs, by the way.
My NFTs?
Well,
Right.
that is just an example. That is just an example of interface. Those are not your NFTs. I can see Yoke there.
Yep.
Yoke NFT now 05. I don't remember, but okay. So here will be your management tab for your lucky miners, meaning that if it's green, they're available. For example, that one in red, meaning that you have put it for a loan order that has not been fulfilled yet. So that's another thing. But what we wanted to do is just to show you. It's all good. We just wanted to show you like a little sneak of what's being developed. So tomorrow or Friday, player login on the website, player profile, leaderboards coming very soon. Loan of the avatars coming really soon. Our next step will be doing the clan management, because we're already feeling that clans want to structure themselves. They want to create rankings within the structure, and they want to be able to invite in a more organized way and manage the clans in a more organized way. So the next step after these leaderboards functions are implemented, then we're going to advance with clan management to make it very easy. And we will work on which type of integrations we can do with the Discord as well. Okay, having that said, these are the beans for now regarding this. And Gibash, do you want to bring it up the second link I sent you? And this is the cool stuff.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
Oh, that is like a price history. I'm not even sure how they're going to pull that off.
All right. Yeah, this looks very cool. All right.
It's pretty amazing.
Yep. And let's continue on
to the next one. Just to end it, if you ever need anything regarding smart contracts and all of this stuff that we just talked about, make sure you contact. Okay, let me check what is the 3Tech website real fast. Make sure you talk with Andrea, Pickaxe Studio. Ask him, explain what you're doing. Ask it for a quote, something we 200% recommend that if you do want to get something regarding smart contracts and these complicated stuff that most of the time I cannot even explain it well, this is your man. Here we go. All right, Gibash. Oh wow, that was fast. I was not prepared. Oh, you're muted. Was not on this
I have
button?
clicked that
Okay.
my mic, but
Okay.
yeah, I did not also expect that this will come up so fast.
Hell yeah. Strike gold with Vanley and the Pickaxe Master in our Vox Edit contest. Oh wow, this was very, very fast. There was no preparation at all. I was like, boom, here you go. Okay. First things first. As you know, the Pickaxe Master and Vanley, we have been doing a couple of things in the back end, and we've been promoting or aligning ourselves to do a couple of events together. It's we're also going to have the Vanley widget in the website, so it's going to also help new users to come that they're not NFT savvy, crypto savvy, to join in the space in a very easy and effortless way. You know how the mass adoption struggles are, and some of them they're related to the easy of use. And Vanly does provide that very, very perfectly. So you just have to do like you would do on a normal website. You have a Google account, which you just log in. You get there, log in with my Google account, and by the next time you know it, you have a wallet, but you don't actually understand what a wallet, and you don't need to understand what a wallet is. You just have one, and it allows you to get access to all the Web3 contents without going to the struggle of installing MetaMask as extension, creating yourself a wallet, storing your seed phrase there, having to send like these transactions. There's just too many things going on for a first-time user that what they want to do is just enter. They just want to see. They don't have to go through all those processes. So it comes from there. We're getting also the Venly widget installed in the website, and later on when we have the Unity board game, also it's going to be part of it, which we're going to talk a little bit also in a couple of minutes, more towards the end of the stream. But yeah, so we've been planning a couple of events, and this is the first one that we get to do, and it's been over 1 year since the last Pickaxe Vox Edit contest, right, Kibish? Do you still remember the old one?
Indeed. I do remember the pickaxes. I do remember the pickaxes. Wonderful pickaxes.
Wonderful pickaxes. I enjoyed that contest a lot. It brought a lot of joy to see amazing submissions of pickaxes. Do you remember the winner?
Mm-hmm.
Grab that.
I remember that we like voted for our favorites, and it was like the team was like scattered through the favorites. Like there was no one favorite, as much as I remember, and it was really hard to decide who is the winner. Though with just stats, like with simple voting, we did have a winner. So, but I'm afraid to tell the wrong one. So yeah, my
I did
memory
send
might
you a
be.
link right now on the DMs.
Oh, my mic will shoot down. Just a second.
Okay, I'll take over then. So we do have, and this was on the winners were announced on October 10th. So actually, the contest was pretty much around this area. So just to give it a recall, we have on 5th place, it was Bravo's NFTs with the Cursed Pickaxe. I love that one. It had like a blinking eye. That was super cool. We have on 4th place, it was Caratros with the Delirium Pickaxe. I still remember all the names. We have on 2nd and 3rd place, it was Loud Meta, which was the Lightbringer Pickaxe. And the other one was the... Oh, this one I actually do not remember. And on 1st place, it is Econart with the Magia Pickaxe, which is a very detailed and wonderful type of pickaxe. And this was unanimous because we had categories to vote in, like style, details, animation. Basically, it was a lot of categories. And there's also the public vote, which got pretty much unanimous on Econart. So we're going to run the second one. We did have not minted yet those pickaxes, but what we want to do is try to get now a second batch of pickaxes that was for the contest. Also with the Venly pickaxe contest to get those all minted out. And these will not be put up for sale. All of these pickaxes will just be distributed. There's it's going to be a very limited edition, so they're going to be part of giveaways, and they're going to be sent out to the winners as well. So stay tuned. We're going to have some new cool pickaxes. Okay, so back again to the family and the Pickaxe Master contests. So what are we going to have here? Now I was trying to roll. I was like, why is it not scrolling on Giva screen? Okay, let's just stop right there at the center of that image real fast. And what we have, 400 cent prize pool and NFTs, which is pretty cool. So the prizes that were from the first Pickaxe contest have doubled down on this one. And we have to thank Venly for putting up this contest with us. It's we're very grateful and we appreciate a lot all the commitment that Venly has been put up to be part of the community. If you realize, some, let's call it companies, they tend to have more concerns regarding the well-being of their community, and Venly with this does show a lot that it cares about its community and wants to create things to engage with. And also there's the Venly clan over the Pickaxe Master, which is also a sign of something that it's being built and developed. You know that there's the Mattering, there's like this own club of the Venly marketplace. There's now the Venly clan, which is some sort of also a way to get these members that are already part of the ecosystem, but also a way to invite new friends into it and having these community guilds which can play games together. And now we're also having the Vox Edit Pickaxe contest, which is inviting all the creators, and we do know that there are a lot of creators part of the Pickaxe Master community. We are almost close to 700 members on Discord, and we know very familiar faces in the community, the Sandbox creators that are also in there. And we're counting with your skills and expertise to be participating on this one. So let's scroll it down just a little bit. And maybe, Gibash, do you want to, since it's very small on my end, do you want to read it out loud, what it's saying there? You're muted, by the way. I was like, why is it taking so long to read? You're muted one more time.
I need to click check the microphone, but all right, sorry for that. So at around minor, Stanley sketch and muscle minds, the mother has arrived. It's been a long year since our last contest, and excitement been building like gold fever. Celebrating Meta Ring and Bentley joining hands with the Pickaxe Master and stepping into the bustling ecosystem of the Sandbox, we're setting off voxel venture that makes your pickaxes quake. It's time to roll up the sleeves, sharpen your tools, and unleash the creative geyser within. What is Vox Edit? Why should I join? Have you ever heard tales of Vox Edit? If you've been digging in the wrong mineshaft, let us light your ladder. Vox Edit is the ultimate tool for voxel artists, rigged out with innovations like skeletal rigging, timeline animation. Timeline animation is the key to unlock your fortune in the Sandbox metaverse. By joining this contest, you have the opportunity to showcase your unique voxel art to the world, and the winning axes will be minted for all to see. What's more, these newly minted axes will have special utilities with the Bentley clan on the Pickaxe Master platform. How that's how's that for striking gold? Let's continue. Rules and theme. Now let's talk about the design. Your pickaxe should showcase a fusion of Bentley, Mattering, and Pickaxe Master brand. But remember, fortune favors the bold. As long as it's a pickaxe with less than 5,000 faces and 175 nodes, you're good to go. Don't do not forget that our dwarfs are made with a small avatar template, and the asset must respect the weapon template. How to submit? Got your pickaxe ready? Here's how to submit.
Before you continue,
Forge,
he was, I was muted.
of course, Bruno.
I just wanted to cut you out just to talk a little bit in detail about this one. So,
Of course, of course.
first, I wanted to talk about two things. I remember one talk that we had that she said like how good Vox Edit actually is in compared like to voxel design tools, and I love the way that your vision was and you described. So, do you want to share also that with everyone that's watching? Like, what's your take on Vox Edit? Because I know you have a very constructive take on Vox Edit.
So there is a lot of software, and the right tool for the job is a really important thing. And usually the most comfortable software for voxel artists is Magica Voxel, but it has limitations. If we have a voxel, I will take this as our voxel. I cannot tilt it into this kind of way. And there's where Vox Edit shines. We are able to create a next level of voxel art. And with the animations, with the inverse kinematics, with a very, very good interface, I think that's the I really enjoy searching for software, and currently I did not find any similar to Vox Edit. So even my good friend Gush, he started his design like road from Vox. So it's easy to learn, but hard to master. You could
Mhm.
design simple things from simple voxels, or you can start to rotate the voxels and do all crazy kind of mirroring, like pivoting things, and the the sky is the limit. So I really suggest to try out VoxEdit because I did not find any similar software to VoxEdit where we can really um, easily create voxel art, but not completely like voxels. It still has a deep mechanics of pivots and rotate. Maybe not scale, but yeah, but just give it a try. It's if you're afraid for some kind of really advanced 3D programs, Vox Edit is the thing. And if you're a really voxel artist, Vox Edit is also a thing because it's unique software in how it is able to manipulate the voxels. Yeah, but that's my kind of view on Vox Edit. It's a great software. Yeah.
Oh, that was a good sharing about it, and I love your take on it. And I had no idea because there's not that many tools around it. Like you have Magic of Voxel, which has been a long time out, and it's the main thing that everyone's used. But Fox Edit does bring new things to the game, and how the way you described it, it's really good. It's myself, I tried it. Actually, it's very simple. I'm terrible at designing. I continue to be terrible at designing, but at least it's an easy way to be terrible at designing, not a hard way. Like you don't need Photoshop to be hard to do and be bad at the same time. At least it's easy to do and you're just bad at the same time for me. But fortunately, that's not what happens with the Sandbox community. The Sand fam is very talented and pretty much I remember seeing submissions for just contests like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, and the evolution of those submissions have been going off the bat. I've been able to see, and all of you have been able to see, like crazy stuff that has been doing. And we've got here one W1's music. Welcome in, and we're streaming about the Sandbox. We're talking about some contests that we're about to run. We did talk about some game change that we're going to do. We did talk about some beans about the websites and new stuff that is coming. Now we're talking about the Vanley contest, which is a Fox Edit contest. And guess what? We did add today's stream a little bit delayed because audio is being something we've been struggling. We've streamed for the past 1 year without any problems on our audio settings, and for some reason the technology just went like boop. And you know what? I'm going to screw these guys setup, and we've been struggling hard. We've tried a lot of programs, a lot of bypasses, ways to get the sound going on. And this is not optimal, it's not perfect, but it's working. So bear with us, we're going to keep forward. So we've got the Bitfox asking, where can I find the link? And you are completely right. That should have been posted already. So here it is. So on the link, on the chat, you can see the link to get to the Vox Edit Pickaxe Master Contest. Also, there is, where is it? There's a Twitter X link. So let me share there. Also, give it a like, give it a retweet. Let's get this contest to as many people as possible, as we have a wonderful community of creators that is looking for stuff to do. And hey, making a pickaxe, it is not that hard. It is not that lengthy at all. And it's just a small asset. So give it a try. Give it a try, and we do want to see your beautiful submissions. As it will get minted, you'll be receiving. Wait. Maybe we wait until what they can do. You're reading the rules. I'm getting ahead of myself. Kiwish, please, let's
Sorry.
give it a go.
Should I continue reading?
Oh yeah, there was a second thing about the rules and themes. So if you've already been active on contests, so pretty much this is the standard competition rules for Sandbox Vox Edit competition. So you have to design the asset that way. So this is equipment. You should use the equipment templates so that it's easy for us to do that way. So it has to respect I think it has like 4 parts of it. Remember, it has like the handle, it has like the grip, it has like the pivot point also should be in the way that it matches the hand, because we had some submissions on the first contest that they just like delete everything and just let's put it in one node. And if I recall correctly, the weapon equipment template, it has at least 4 nodes, right? We did some.
If I remember correctly, so the handle, that the thing that goes horizontal, and then the damaging part. So if I remember correctly, it's 4 with a also maybe additional node, just empty node, but yeah. No new camera, just a fresh case maybe. But
yeah.
if I remember correctly, it's 3 nodes with geometry and 1 empty node. But it's really long time I did not turn on Vox Edit.
So just open the weapon templates and just keep that same structure as it is. And we've got Art in the chat. Welcome in. How you doing? And we're just talking about the past winners. And we were just showing the Magia Pickaxe, which has been the winner of the first Vox Edit contest. And we're talking that we're getting ready to mint a batch of new pickaxes, which have been only from this contest. Meaning that, guess who's getting a new pickaxe? Hell yeah. These ones will not be put up for sale. These will only be for giveaways and to send out to the winners. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think now we can continue. I just wanted to make that quick stop on the rules and talk about the templates. So let's carry on.
All right. So how to submit? Got your pickaxe ready? Here's how to submit. Forge a GIF of your fully animated asset. Share your asset GIF on the Twitter and tag at a Pickaxe Master, at a Meta Ringon or Venly Market, Sandbox game, and Vox Edit. And don't forget to add the Pickaxe Master, hashtag the Pickaxe Master, hashtag Sandbox, hashtag Venly Fam, and hashtag StandFam to your tweet. Lastly, fill out our tally form to complete your submission. So probably, yeah, three kind of things. There's the GIF, then share it on Twitter with hashtags, and lastly, fill the form, and you are in. And what can you earn? Eager to dig up some prizes? We loaded the cart with a double the bounty from last year. So 200 sand plus 2 pickaxe NFTs for the first prize, 100 sand and plus 2 pickaxe NFTs for the second place, and 50 sand plus 1 NFT prize for the third place. Fourth and fifth place get 20 sand plus 1 NFT each. There's moral gold in this mine, partners. winners will receive the Bentley OG role on Discord and be showcased in our bustling community. Winners will be announced in the Grand Live Gala at the end of the contest, where Bentley, Pickaxe, and the Sandbox delegates, along with all event participants, will vote for their favorite design. The contest runs from August 3rd, 13th until September 20, oh my god,
20th.
20th. 20th, yeah. Ready your pickaxe and let the best miner win.
Hell
My
yeah.
English killing me.
You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. So that was good stuff. Prizes are getting double down from last year. That is very, very cool stuff. And also, there's going to be you just stick it out. Okay, let me scroll it down. And there's going
Let
no,
me
no,
know.
no, it's all good. I have it here as well. So we also going to have on that live gala, which we're going to take probably like 1 week, maybe less, maybe more, to get the votings from our side, Venly side, Sandbox side as well. And then on the live stream, we are counting to have a surprise guest for you to be part of this Vox Edit contest. So later on, when we get closer to that final date, let's say, or to the closer to the ending date, we will be announcing who, when first is the date of that celebration gala, and secondly, who is going to be our special guest that will attend the stream to present these awards as well. So starting today, it's already running. Make sure to get your pickaxes ready, start designing. It's ready to go, ready to start. You have 3 weeks to do so, so plenty of time to design those. Make sure you get them if they have animations. Of course, there's going to be some bonus points there when the voting. We're always looking for fancy and cool stuff. Also, you know the setup, you know the runes, you know the dwarfs, you already know existing pickaxes, you know all the worlds that surrounds even Miner's Rush as well, all the world that surrounds the Pickaxe Master, and you can kind of tell the theme that goes around it. But hey, there's also an added element in here that you should and you need to incorporate the Venly aesthetics into it. So by the color palette that it is, I'm saying that Ikeonart is going to have an easy time on this one because I know purple is his favorite color. Not only his, I know that a couple of members have purple as the favorite color, so that's also a hint. Does not mean that it has to do exactly just pure purple or whatever it is, but just try to study the Venly logo, the Venly aesthetics, give it a research and see how well can you integrate and mash up both themes together. So that will be important, and that will be something we will be looking for, and it's a judging factor while we're running this contest, because this is a cross contest competition between Venly, Ring, and the Pickaxe Master. We'll be addressing these every stream that we go from now until, of course, the gala date. And we'll be making some updates, showing some entries that have already been submitted. And along the way, we'll also be tweeting about it with just some tweets like telling about this part of the rules and another tweet with another part of the rules, also to serve as a reminder on how much time it's left to end the competition, so you don't accidentally miss it by chance because you're like, oh, I have time, I'll start it later. And they're like, oh, man, 2 days to go. I don't have time. Let me just splash something into the screen, just like glue it like with some spit, like glue it, and done. We're going to make sure that you get some tweets about it, knowing that there's some extra time, so you do it at your own at your own pace, with time, so you're sure that the submission you're sending, it's going to be a really good one, because us, Venly, the Sandbox, will be voting on those. And in the end, we do want to see those beautiful pickaxes. We want to see some really cool submissions, as the winners are going to have their submission minted as a pickaxe, the same as the previous one, and those are going to be distributed solely for giveaways. Those will not be put up for sale. And I'm excited, man. I remember last year, that was such an exciting time, getting the timeline, the feeds, just getting those submissions of pickaxes, being able to share those, put all these artists in the spotlights, which is also another good thing. Let's say you've never that you're actually good with designing, or you're just like, you know what, let's give it a try. Maybe you are and you just don't know yet. So let me also grab the Sandbox website to download. So create, build experience, create assets. Here it is. This is the link you need. Download the Vox Edit, give it a try. Why not? I'm terrible at designing, and I gave it a try. Oh, there you are. What is that?
What happened? No.
What happened?
No worries. No worries.
All right.
Oh, good. Just setting up for the next things.
And I think your audio is cracking now. I don't know what happened. Maybe get the StreamYard active back again. I think it's that one. Just click on the StreamYard. I think it will be good. From the test that we've run on the background, it should all be good. So do not worry. And the Bitfox is saying, could we win a ruby or a diamond pickaxe? No. The pickaxe that you will get is the one you design. Indicates that you're the winner or you end up in the ranked places. So this will be a special pickaxe that will only exist a very few amount of copies, and that is what it is. It's a special one. It's not being put for sale. You can only get it either by receiving on a giveaway or by being on the top places or then buying on the secondary. So no, ruby and diamond pickaxes are not going to put up for sale anymore. The only way to get those is by crafting when crafting is enabled, which is something we are not sure when it's going to happen because it's not totally up to us. But diamonds and ruby pickaxes, since now they're sold out, there's no possible way to get those except you get from secondary market, which is also out of our hands. Gibash, are you back?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, here we go. Good. No, there's no delay. No delay, no. There's some delay, but no
cracking.
No cracking, yeah.
Cracking.
Oh, damn. Translation. Okay, so maybe add recommendations palette files to downloads, says the play game for fun. We do not have that. We want to keep it as open and flexible for your own creativity. Maybe you just decide to incorporate like the Venly logo and you decide not to go with the color palette. We don't want to limit more than already it is. So we just say Pickaxe Master, Venly concept, mashing up, and yeah, here it is. So the Bitfox says there's 251 ruby pickaxes, but only 25 owners. Yes, we have put up only 10% for sale. Of course, one pickaxe has to be left for the Pickaxe Master to be part of the game itself to work. So there's 250 pickaxes, meaning that there's going to have been put up for sale 10%, which are 25. All the other remaining ones are reserved for crafting, meaning that the only way to get it is by crafting one, which you'll need resources you'll get from this game, from the mountain. And at this stage, it's something that you cannot get those resources as NFTs. So then we can make this crafting method working, which kind of needs smart contract, transactions, and all of that, which is still not out yet. It's a work in progress from our end, from the game maker software itself, from from Unity, which so the game maker is built on top of Unity. We know that there's the side quest MetaMask SDK and program, which the Sandbox is part. So the Sandbox is part of this early access program of the MetaMask SDK on Unity that is going to allow wallet integration, transactions in game. And as you can see, it's like the first program that is putting out there. The Sandbox is part of that first program. But we're talking about a new technology being featured into gaming, into programs. So this is how it is cool to watch, because this is the emerge of a new technology. And we're right in the middle of it. Like the Sandbox is one of the games that has been chosen by Unity and by MetaMask to be part of this program. And there's only been 5. We're talking worldwide, all the games, everything that's been created on Unity and Web3. The Sandbox is one that has been chosen for this. So it's still very early on everything that's happening, but what we can expect is, along with GameMaker version 0.9, we're going mobile, GameMaker 0.10, which I have no idea what's going to be, but I remember seeing Arthur Madrid tweeting about it. there's a lot of things coming. And what we could expect as well during that time period is that having these side quests from MetaMask and Unity have it integrated and have more features being developed and implemented to get all of this that we want to do as, let's call it, our end game, which is you spend sand in the game, you mine, you get resources which you can take as NFTs for you to craft it, or you can trade those NFTs back for sand and just receive sand back from the game again. But it's going to take some time. So these alpha mining seasons, these first seasons, we do not have those features. So we kind of have to reinvent ourselves to have a competition in the meantime, which is also very good, again, to study the metrics, the gameplay, the tokenomics, and all of that. So it's a great, I think that everything is happening as it should, and as it's supposed. At least in our end, to make this a very good, successful launch, this is really good in the right direction, and this alpha season is a must to make sure that everything is tuned down and trimmed to the point. Nibash, I see that you're kind of wanting to say something, or are you just looking at
No, no,
something?
I'm just yeah, looking at something,
Okay,
trying to set up.
All right. Ah, man, this is such a bummer when it happens. The thing with the audio still cracking a little bit, and we cannot figure it.
Still cracking.
This is what. Yeah, this is why we take so long to go, and like we tried to get this solved on, and it was going perfectly. Then it just started to crack again.
Yeah, I nailed it down completely to the thing that if I'm not in StreamYard tab,
Mhm.
it all goes bad. And currently I have only one monitor, so
Yeah.
probably that's um, why. So yeah,
So you're
ah,
trying to go into the next topic, right? That's why I had that stuff open.
yeah.
And when you do so, it gets cracking a little bit.
Well, I try not to speak when I'm at OBS, but yeah, currently I just have to have StreamYard on my screen at all
Okay, so if
times,
you
unless it was
you
working
just switch
while I
it.
was in Sandbox.
Yeah, it's working. That's why I was. If it's working while you're on Sandbox, if you just do not go over OBS and just change it directly to but you have to go to OBS to say that you're streaming another program, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
to go to OBS just to hide and show different kind of parts.
Okay. What if you go to OBS, you change to the next topic we're going to do, and then you go back to StreamYard to get the audio back, and just go to
Yep.
the Unity program. Let's do that. Okay,
Yeah, I
perfect.
tried
I'll
to
make an
do that.
introduction. Okay, perfect. So
Yep.
while you do that change, I'll just give an introduction of what we'll be talking about. Okay, next up, we have also to add up. We've started to work on the Unity board game version, which is something new for us. It's a different workspace working on Unity. It's different, but it's going towards also another project that we want to bring you, which is the physical and the digital board game of the Pickaxe Master, which is kind of where everything started. It was on that board game. So a couple of things that I've been doing. Gibesh has been working a lot on that Unity. It's being also a learning time, and it's being funny to get over, like it's like discovering the game maker again, but now with some baggage, like with some knowledge, with some tips, like you kind of understand a little bit better. Gibesh says it's the opposite. It's the other way around. Like now I understand better game maker now that I've worked with Unity, but hey, either way, it's always a learning process, and it's good to be that way. You know what, Gibesh? I'm just going to give you the airtime and you explain it because
All right.
I'm sure you're
So
going to explain it better than anyone, than myself.
I will just. This is one. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And it's just the beginning, so that something is working, something is like placing tiles. So yeah, still no visuals. Now the visuals are updated, but yeah. So it's a board game, but digital board game, and it's developed on Unity. It will be used assembly, web assembly, to have it easily transition to the website. And yep, just because we want this to be in website, we're using assembly, and assembly is really nice with Unity. Um, yeah, and I'm not sure what to tell more than it's really hard. I bet that if you're a experienced programmer, it's very easy to do these kind of things for you if you know the solutions. But for me, it's very, very new, and everything is very, very hard, and I struggle a lot.
You
Um,
already closed it, man. Come on, that
um,
was bare. That
okay.
was that was that was shorter than like a sneak peek. Like, man, I barely gets to watch it and appreciate it. I was like, wow. Even though you say it's complicated, I'm just like, even it's barely a concept of being able to select a tile and place it on a map. I'm already amazed. Like, this is pretty. It's already
Uh,
random as well. The order. Oh, come on, man. I've got to be honest. Like, one thing is it's simple. Okay, it is simple, but it's already a start of something, and these will just keep developed over time. And it has got to start somewhere.
true,
And you're
true.
you never coded before. You're learning the stuff. So hey, man, this is. I would consider this like a big step when we get Junior and we get also Iago to be developing also with you in the part of the coding, I'm pretty sure that you're going to have like a lot of moments that will just go like, oh wow, this is how you done. Like, this is much easier. Oh, this is how you connect with the database, or like,
Yeah, one thing that I see that currently I'm just like gathering, the bases and maybe just making some solutions that will change and will improve. But what I look forward to is just seeing how, um, because one thing that I noticed, Bruno, so as you said, we develop an experience in like in the editor. Then we make a draft in the draft gallery, and it's different problems. Like it's still new kind of things. Then we publish onto the like app on the sandbox, and again, do different kind of things. So I
mhm.
do really expect that it will be a similar road where it works in Unity, but when we go through WebAssembly and when we have it on website, some kind of part has a bug. And what I see in the near future that there are maybe yeah near future um, is that we will try to test all of this that we are now able to see um, on the website itself because it will
Mhm.
be work on the website itself, not on Unity. So there will be a big kind of different change. Um, so I'm really not worried about that, but I know that the a lot of development will happen then when we have how it's called minimal working prototype. Yeah, MVP. Um, so yeah, that's what I was up to, and it's hard. I have to say it's hard. Coding
Yeah.
is not for it's you have to really have to train your brain and yeah.
It's
So yep.
challenging. I can imagine it's a lot challenging. When I got first introduced to code or to gaming was back when I was about 13 or 14 years old. It was when Nokia just delivered N-Gage, if any of you remember what an N-Gage is. That was like the first mobile gaming. It was still done by Nokia. It was on the Symbian operating system. And back then I was like, whoa, this is going to be the future of gaming. Games on cell phones, you can get it everywhere, like your own personal Game Boy. But at the same time, it's your cell phone. I was 13 back then. I was like, we were using a Mirk, ERC, the Internet Relay Chat, and I had like this group of young fellas like myself, teenagers, and we're like, yeah, this is pretty awesome. Let's do this because I was part like of the Symbian OS operating system. It's not like full of people. We're just a bunch of people there, not like nowadays you have Discord with thousands of members and all of that. And yeah, let's do a game. Like, this is going to be the future. We have to start this. We're teenagers, like 13, and we're talking about coding and programming. And okay, let's do this. I'll be the project manager. And okay, who knows how to code? And everyone goes like, not me. not me. And as myself as a teen with 13 years old, like, yeah, I don't want to learn how to program or how to code. Like, that sounds really hard looking at all that stuff. I think that back then was like only what, C sharp, Symbiont. I think it was Java, maybe the way that it was written, maybe. I don't even recall. I don't even know. But it looked damn hard. I tried to search on the internet, like still was on modem dial because I was living in Africa in Angola, so the speed was like 56 kilobytes per second. I remember taking 30 minutes to download a 5 megabyte song. That's how fast my internet was back then.
Yeah, yeah. I also remember those times.
And there was like not YouTube yet, so I was just trying to see like from whatever websites I would find with that typical early 20s 2000s design, all the websites that were like regarding coding, programming. It was not easy. It was not like nowadays there's tons of information. So what I wanted to say is that, yeah, okay, no one wants to code. I just want to be the project manager. I know that I have good skills at managing people back when I was already 13. And hey, now that 20 years later, more than 20 years later, here we are again. I remember mom getting off the phone, the internet is not working. Yeah, that is the same. Like on the house, my father was always very tech savvy. I remember seeing like the first dynamic websites that were made on Adobe Flash. And also actually learned a bit of Adobe Flash back then. And he was like, Bruno, if you want to, that was like 8 years old kid myself, like 1999 to 1998, I think. So internet was like that modem, like full of like, hey, no one's going to, we're not receiving calls in the next 30 minutes or the next 1 hour. It was like, my mother was like, okay. And then like, Bruno, do you want to check like a really cool website? Look at what people are doing. And it was just like a very simple flash animation, just like a square turning into a circle, then the circle going bouncing, and then it turns back to a triangle. Like really simple stuff. But I remember 8-year kid myself was like, oh wow, that is so dope. How do you do that? Like, yeah, that's done in this program, which is called Adobe Flash. And I think I downloaded Adobe Flash version 2 or version 3. That was like very early into that. I think that Adobe Flash, I'm not sure if even exists anymore. So funny story just about the background of gaming. And now coming back to Unity, I totally understand what you're feeling of being just overwhelmed with all of that information. The thing is that there's actually more tutorials and more documentation out there. So it's kind of, I'm not saying it's easy. It's easier to get access to information. Learning itself, that's a different part because it's really complex stuff. You need to understand C sharp, any coding language or whatsoever on it. And yeah, what I can say is that whenever, so Junior and Yago, they're finishing up all of this stuff about the website, which is also, again, more coding. It has database integration, which links with what you're doing. It's registering the information you're sending and getting stored in the database that it shows then into the website. So it has a lot of things going at the same time. But once they're done with that, which should be in the next 1 month or 2 months, they will be joining in the Unity. And that's where I expect two things really start to pick it up and pace it up, because you'll have a lot of help and a lot of knowledge just at your disposal just to keep, okay, let's do this. What do we need? So yeah, super excited.
Yep.
Hope that I'm happy that you got to show those beans, because I know you've been working a lot on those.
Yeah, that was the first tries. Now I have a bunch of more logic that controls the different kind of things of the game that make sure that it's safe. Like you could not do things that you should not. Um, and yeah, I'm working with the interface and with the interactions, and I'm having a bit of trouble with colliders and ray testers when you click and things have to happen. But um, yeah, I will somehow find out what is wrong. But yeah, there is a lot of questions still because I'm a level 1 programmer from I don't know, maybe a few thousands of levels of programming, and I'm just at level 1 at the moment. So Yeah, I
Well,
don't expect that much, and I know that when Junior and all of the team jumps to more developing this, it will really move into good direction. Yeah, as currently it's minimal working prototype.
it's challenging. Well, but it's something already working, and I can bet that it was a lot of hours of studying just to do that example of picking up an RNG card of deck, flipping it, being able to place it on the board. It looks simple, but it actually making just the simplest things when you're learning, it's always a huge milestone. That's why I don't under how do you say it in English? Like I don't underestimate these milestone of just being able to do that because I know that it takes a lot of work and effort just to be able to put that up when you have no background in coding and on programming. So I really respect that. And Givesh, you've done a really good job, I have to say.
Um, that for I just try. What's
Well,
the yeah.
there's one thing I always say to myself, which is every big tree was a small plant once. And you just gotta water it and it will grow.
Oh, true, true.
Now, let's stop being philosophical here. And we did cover a lot of things today. So we did cover about the mining season. We did cover about the game updates. We did cover about the new website features, Avatar Loan interface, the Unity board game development, and the upcoming, that has not upcoming, that has just started today, Vox-Edit Pickaxe contest with Venly. So we did promise that today we were full of news and updates, and hell yeah, we sure did had a lot of things to share today. I kind of feel like maybe we should leave these last minutes, like 10 minutes, open for just some general questions. If anyone has any, just to make sure that you type it out. We will read it and we will answer to the best of our knowledge in anything you want to talk about. So feel free, send out those questions, and yeah. Also, let me just check real quick here. So Ian was saying, good to see the project keep on moving along. Love to see a t-shirt for advertising of Pickaxe Master for the general public can see. Okay, that's something we've been thinking about, which is what is it a good timing to put Merc online? Like that would be something that you would be interested in, like buying a hoodie or even a t-shirt or like a mug or I don't know. It's like there's already a Pickaxe NFT, and I think if you the way to support and get involved in the project, the most obvious way would be getting one of those NFTs. Either it's a Lucky Miner, either it's one of the Pickaxes. But yeah, it's not something that you can actually wear on yourself, like a merch. So kind of like, yeah, maybe it's not the timing to do so, but let us know. Ian, we'll think of it. And we know that there's stream elements that do a wonderful job and make these very, very easy for you to order, get everything done, and just being shipped to your place. So there's actually a system to do that. We'll study. We'll think about it. Merge start maybe one day. Hell yeah. One box says, I remember mom getting up. We already read that one. 56K modem. Yeah, that's the ones we're talking about. Getting AOL discs in the email. My first computer was a Commodore 64. Insert floppy disk. Hell yeah. Who never saved? Yivish, have you ever saved like a file that you need like 4 floppy disks to save it? And you had to name those?
Actually, I was lucky enough that um, my brother was a tech savvy, so he already have CDs, and
Oh,
yeah, my my journey started already from CDs, and I did had some floppy disks with some games, but um, I did not use it that much, though I definitely recognize it, and I did have to use it to play some games. Um, but I'm a bit too young.
for that one. Okay. Floppy disks were a thing. They were actually really cool. Well,
Yep.
compared to what it was back then, it was cool that you could save some stuff on a diskette and you could bring to another computer and just take those stuff like that paint documents of thing you painted or that Word document. the text document he just wrote. Like, yeah,
It's
everything.
basically, now we have like files, and sometime before we had like CD discs for music, and before that we have vinyls. Vinyl,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely. So I imagine floppy disk as a vinyl, like a theme generation pack.
You were lucky enough to have
Uh,
already CDs. When CDs came out, it was like, whoa, that is so much space. Like, I can feel this
yeah,
forever. Like, everything
yeah,
feels in here.
yeah. I
I would
remember.
struggle to fill it up.
Well, I at the beginning, yeah, I remember the floppy disk has like 3 MB of memory. Maybe some advanced had like 6, but then CDs came and it had like few hundred megabytes. And if it's a
Oh yeah,
DVD,
it
really
was.
expensive disc at that time.
I think it was
Do you,
600 and something. The first ones.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And do you remember like plus air? How much disc would cost if it's plus air, like rewritable? Like
Oh
it
yeah, yeah,
costs
yeah.
like
Those
it crazy amounts of money.
those were like double or triple the price.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I was looking it up. I was not sure. So the floppy disk had one dot. Where was it? I was just reading 1.44 megabytes, and this was the high density version. In This was launched
Only
in 86, 87. Yeah. Oh, but I'm seeing more. No, 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 no. You're right. EA Data introduced the drive for 2.88, the double-sided extended density diskettes. However, this format had limited market success due to the lack of standards and movement to 1.44 megabyte disks. So there were actually more diskettes that had and could accommodate more space, but the standard was just the 1.44. Impressive. Imagine having to thinking that a diskette would just solve all your problems. Like, hey, this is really cool stuff. Yeah, Fred. I don't want to get off topic. Now we're talking about floppy disks. Yeah, you got me right. All right.
25 floppies to install Office. Oh my god.
Oh wow, 25 floppy disks. Luckily, I had my father to install me everything for myself. I didn't have to go through that hassle. I was just like, Father, I want this new program. I've read about it. How do I get it? He was like, don't worry, son. I'll get it for you. All right. So we did cover a lot of topics. We'll just name it one more time before we close out the stream. Today, there's not been a form because we did have to focus on getting all these topics addressed. And we did talk about what was the first week of the mining season. So speaking which, we have let me check real fast, going to the map, getting on the experience details. And so 540 plays over 1 week. That gives us, let me see, so 540 divided by 7, that's a 77 plays per day as an average that we're getting. This is a very good average. So we've been seeing the average of plays. It's been like around 30, 40 plays on the most played games. This is sitting currently at 77, which is almost the double. So I would consider very good indicators with the proposed changes that we're going to do. I think this is going to increase a lot the number of plays. I don't know how this works, if it's filtered by IP or for different, just every time you log in and play it again, it counts as a new one. I'm not sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that these changes that we're going to do on the game updates will improve the replayability. So again, let's do a recap. One of the things that we'll be doing is increase back again the RNG, so we have more resources dropping than it is right now. We feel that that fun factor needs to be optimized. We should have the wow, I got a resource feeling moment way more times than we have right now. And at the same time that we're getting those duplicated, the amount of points that each resource is valued at will drop by half, so we can continue and maintain the same balance in terms of the tokenomics. So that will be one of the major game updates. The second one will be about right off the bat, when you enter the experience in the game, you will be granted with 350 hit points, meaning that you do not have to go over the hassle of completing all these quests, especially if you have done it multiple times already. You kind of already know what's happening with the lore, with the mount, and with the story, and all of that stuff. So you're just going to get granted all of those 350 hit points right off the bat, and you just can go directly straight to mining, which is, again, something we've saw from extended gameplays, from seeing all of everyone's playing that, okay, they just do these steps to get to the thing they want. So why not we just present it at the beginning of the game to what everyone wants, which is mining. Then all the quests kind of become secondary. They become side quests. So all those side quests, instead of rewarding the normal pickaxes that we had, they're going to give just a very small bonus for completing all the side content, which will be an iron pickaxe that is going to give you only 5 health points as an extra. In this way, if you're just casually playing, you could just log in, you have the hit points, you go to mining. That's it. If you want to go into some sort of hardcore modes and like, yeah, I do want those extra iron pickaxes, which are going to give 5 health points extra in every quest, and maybe there's like 10 pickaxes that have been rewarded the whole map, so it's like a 50 hit point extra if you complete all of those. But it also takes you 15 to 20 minutes if you speed run it and you know what you're doing. It feels like a nice balance, and this is going to promote replayability. It's going to promote like, okay, I just went there, I was directly to what I wanted to do, which is actually mining. I finished, you know what, I'm just going to close it and open it again, because I know that I don't have to do those shit. I don't have to complete all the quests that like, I just wanted to mine. I don't feel like completing all those quests. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's optimize the fun. And this is what the alpha mining season is for us to study also what's the players' behaviors, like what they're doing inside the game. And thank you so much for streaming, and for streaming so often and so much. That has helped us tons, a lot, to be able to actually see through someone else's eyes, like what they're doing and how actually it is the gameplay and how fluid it is the game. And that's one of the things that really just drawn to our attention. Like, these has to be more direct. This is what they're playing for, is for actually getting into the mining aspect. So let's drive away all of these quests. They're just sort of, I will not say a barrier, but they're like a step before you actually get to the fun part. So let's give you the fun part already, right off the bat. So those are the proposed changes that we're going to do. Now, new website features, one more time. So what we're going to have with these new website features, which kind of showed, so tomorrow or after tomorrow, so between Thursday and Friday, we're going to have the new stuff on the website, which is going to be login with your wallet address in a very cool manner and secure. You're going to receive a login message saying that welcome in. It has a lot of things going on in the background. Junior does know this best than everyone, but I'm not the best person. He's just telling me like, yeah, this is super secure methods. As you know, he's a professional programmer that his job is about cybersecurity. So it's just like, yeah, this is the stuff. This is how you do it. So I'm very proud and happy that he got to a place like, yeah, this is very solid stuff regarding security. So we're going to have that one. Once you log in, you're able to create your profile, which is going to be linked to your wallet address. And with that, also, it's going to help us to expand on all the features that will be placed on the website. For now, that wallet address, which is unique, will be able to filter and give you access to the leaderboards. So once you update your profile, it will also show on the leaderboards now what's your nickname, which ranking you have, if you have an NFT, well, that's one will be coming right after this one first implementation, which NFTs you have in your wallet, and depending on the NFTs, which leaderboards also you are eligible to rank on, which is all about the gated leaderboards for the pickaxes and for the clans. So that is good stuff. Now, we also sneak peek a little bit of the avatar loan interface that is being developed by 3 Tech Studios, which is a big step. This is something that takes a lot of time because there's not many documentation on how to do this. So this is pretty much ourselves, the Pickaxe Master, and 3 Tech being like in the top of what's happening right now. We're developing stuff. There's no manuals on how to do it. So this is pretty much learning, experimenting, coding, trying new stuff. And yeah, basically it's not that easy, and it does take a little bit of time to get everything right, because we're talking about having an interface that has buttons that interact with the smart contracts. It delivers something, then it sends back the information to be readable again by the website. It's kind of a little bit complicated stuff, so that's also being
Sveiki,
worked on.
Virginija, žinok, kad aš dabar filmuojuos.
What happened, Gibbs?
Gerai, vėliau. Oh, Bruno, sorry.
What's up?
Sorry, I had a call and just answered. Forget to mute myself. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no worries. I was like,
forget.
what is Gibbs telling me? Like, that must be super urgent.
Sorry.
Nah, don't worry about it. Well, we're pretty much closing it. So we had also the Unity board game development, which Gibbs just showed us some really cool stuff about it. I have no idea how he did that magic. That is pretty impressive to me, but I'm happy to see all of that progress. And after we get through the website, we're just going full mode on the Unity board game, and that's when we're going to see some really huge developments, like not bumps, but stretches, not stretches. Ah, come on, slingshot, no, like milestones. Yeah, let's call it milestones. There's going to be a lot of milestones to be presented, because we're just going to have most of the team focus on it just to get it developed as fast as possible. We already know what we want to do. The game is designed as a physical. We just have to replicate it there. And since we have Iago and Junior, that they're just top-notch programmers, it's going to be much easier to also have a learning source from it, and just on the visual side, also be much more helpful to get all of this stuff being developed in a fast way. So stay tuned for those. And lastly, but not least, for sure, we do have the Pickaxe contest on Vox Edit with Vanley. So once again, let me share that link for you to check it out. What are the terms and conditions? There's 3 weeks to go over this challenge, and make sure you participate and send your Pickaxe submission. We'll be making sure that there's a couple of reruns on Twitter, that you know how many times there's left, what are the competition rules, so you don't forget about this, because we're still in the end of the summer, and we would imagine that you're still busy having fun and taking advantage of all the sun that's out there, getting some beach and getting with some friends. So we'll make sure to post all of those updates on Twitter, so you do not get that one passed by. And that was for today's stream, Givers. This was full of talking, no mining today, but a lot of news that was shared.
Indeed. Yeah, a lot of things talked, and I don't know, because it's ending, so I will just thank you everyone for watching our stream. We hope we will see each other next time, and yeah, just thank you for watching. It's a pleasure to be here making content for you, and next time let's mine more.
Hell yeah. Next time, let's mine more. And I cannot agree more than you, Gibbs. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure to be on this end and to have you there watching and following the Pickaxe Master updates, following the news. And I'm happy that we got to address all of these things that have been happening on the Pickaxe Master to you, so that we're always in the same page and we can keep this project transparent and have you involved in all the times and all the steps that we do. So get ready. We'll be making sure that these updates that we've talked about, they are also announced and they're shared with you when they get live. So just make sure that you have our Twitter, you have the Discord unmuted, so get things to get those beeps and boops and notifications on. That's the word I'm looking for. Damn. That is all for today. I need a coffee. I hope that you have an amazing day. If there's someone streaming, we're going to raid. If not, we're open for suggestions. But from our end, I hope that you had fun, you had an amazing time with us, and we hope that your day continues to be the best. So, see you soon, miners. Stay ore. Let's rock and gold. Cheers. Until the next one.
In ancient times, This secret mountain was sealed by the dwarf titans with 5 powerful.
Let's skip that boring part and let's dig into business. I need your help.
Hey, where am I? This is a bit different from what I visited earlier.
Hey, come here quick.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
How dare you to interrupt my story? I am the mountain.
Well, as I was saying, this is the Misty Mountain and has 2 things about it. One, it's filled with golds and diamonds. And there is some kind of weird magic.
What was the last part?
Instead, you can mine any dwarf streams, and all you need is a pickaxe.
Any dwarf streams?